Today we're taking a look at these early college basketball matches, which are happening on Sunday, February 12, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want to access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comment section below. When these two played in mid-January, Memphis was a -5.5 favorite and won by just 2 points at Temple. They have been granted a greater margin this time around, being the home team and all, yet they are 1-5-1 ATS in the last 7 games where they were favored by -7 or more. 4 of Temple's last 5 games have been decided by 7 or fewer points, with 2 of those decided by just a point. The Owls play extremely close games in conference, proven the first time they played Memphis. Heck, they beat number 1 Houston a few weeks back. The 61 points Memphis scored in their first meeting was the second fewest points scored by the Tigers this season. Temple held them to 37.9% shooting in that contest and stayed within just 2 points despite shooting just 29.3% themselves. They will shoot better in this game, and they will keep pace with their hosts here. Temple is 5-1-1 ATS in their last 7 road games, and Memphis is 0-4 ATS in their 4 at home versus a team with a winning record, per Covers.com. Take the Owls plus 9 points. Though the first time they played they combined to score just 120 points, this time things should be different. For one, the Tigers' offense has exploded of late, scoring 80 or more in 4 straight games and twice scoring 99 points in regulation over their last 4 games. Memphis averaged 31.8 field goals made per game in their last 5 games. The over is 10-1-1 in the Tigers' last 12 games at home versus a team with a winning record, and 7-0-1 in the last 8 at home versus a team with a record over .600. Memphis has had 15 of their games go over this season, 7 of them at home this year. Temple has had 12 of their games land under the total this season, including 3 of their last 4 on the road. Over the last 5 games between these teams they have averaged a combined 158 points. 4 of the last 6 matchups between these two teams went over. Take the over 147.5 points. Iona versus Niagara. Despite Iona being the better team overall, I expect this game to be much closer than expected. Niagara has 8-2 record at home, while Iona has a 4-4 record on the road, going 3-5 against the spread. In addition, Niagara has covered in 6 of their past 7 games against a team with a winning record, and have covered in 5 of their past 6 games overall. When these teams have faced off in the past, in their last 5 meetings the home team is 4-0-1 against the spread, and in their past 9 meetings the underdog is 6-2-1 against the spread. In terms of gameplay, expect Niagara to really slow the pace of play, which will be very important when considering the implications on Iona's offense. Niagara's defense is holding opponents to under 65 points per game on the season, with those teams only shooting 28.9% from 3. For these reasons, I am confident in taking Niagara to cover the spread in this one. Our team pick is Niagara plus 7 points. Taking the under in this game for multiple reasons, the first being that Iona goes under very often. Iona has gone under in their past 6 games following a win, their past 4 games against a team with a winning home record, and in 8 of their past 9 games following an against the spread win. The Gales have also gone under in 5 of their past 7 Sunday games, while Niagara has gone under in 7 of their past 8 Sunday games. These trends also become of interest when observing both teams' adjusted tempo according to KenPom, with Iona ranking decently as the 81st team, while Niagara ranks 353rd. With such a considerable difference, we can expect Niagara's pace to translate over, with both teams working off limited possession and scoring few points. For these reasons, I am confident in taking the under for this game. Our total pick is under 133 points. Quinnipiac versus Canisius. Canisius is not playing well enough to back at home here. They are in the bottom of the conference standings and have lost 6 straight games. Quinnipiac is fighting for relevance in the conference and has proven they can win games with their 17-8 record. Quinnipiac had a 6-game win streak in conference play earlier this season, which included a win over this Canisius team. Canisius has proven their home court does not mean much, as they have lost 3 of their last 4 on their home court. Quinnipiac's balanced attack will allow the guards Jones, Alink, and Cotright opportunities to score in this one. Quinnipiac is the better team and Canisius hasn't been winning many games this season, only 5 to be exact. Take Quinnipiac to win and cover. The total was set for a very similar number in their first game this season, 143 to be exact, and in that game the teams combined for 169 points, easily cashing the over. Canisius has hit the over in 4 of their last 5 games, and Quinnipiac is coming off back-to-back overs. Both teams feature guard-heavy lineups, while allows both teams to get out quickly in transition, while often taking early shots without looking for the post. Quinnipiac's tempo is ranked 55th in the nation. They play fast and want to find easy looks in transition. With no big man protecting the basket on either side, expect the points to come easy. Take the over 144 points. Iowa versus Minnesota. Minnesota has lost against the spread in 3 straight games and 5 of the last 7. They also have lost 5 straight at home against the spread. Iowa has won 7 of the last 10 versus the spread. Minnesota has lost 5 of 6 to Iowa. Look for these trends to continue. Take Iowa to cover. Iowa has gone over the point total in 4 straight and 5 of their last 6 games. Iowa or their opponent have scored at least 80 points in their last 4 games. Minnesota has gone over in 2 of the last 3 games. Iowa and Minnesota currently rank 61st and 282nd in pace of play respectively. Most signs point to a higher scoring affair. Look for this game to go over 147 points. Michigan State versus Ohio State. There is something going on in Columbus, and I cannot back this Buckeye team that has lost 10 of 11. This much losing takes a toll on the players' motivations, as they may find it harder to bounce back in close games after losing the lead. There are numbers to back this assumption as well. The Buckeyes have only covered the spread once in their past 11 games. That is a shockingly bad streak against the spread. Michigan State has proved they can win on the road, beating Wisconsin and Penn State away from home. Hauser and Walker are senior leaders that will not get intimidated on the road. Sensabaugh may be the best future pro on the court, but that hasn't led to success for the Buckeyes. Take Michigan State and the points on the road. Michigan State has been playing better than the Buckeyes, so they will be playing with confidence and force their tempo on Ohio State. Michigan State's typical tempo is slow. They rank 291st in tempo according to Ken Palm's pace of play statistics. They play a slow half-court game drawn up by Coach Izzo, and wait to get the best shot possible. The Spartans have gone under the total in 5 of their last 7 games. Ohio State has gone under the total in 3 of their last 5. Expect the Spartans to limit turnovers, play a smart and close game against their rival and keep it under the total. Take the under 137.5 points. IUPUI versus Northern Kentucky. The Jaguars have lost 12 of their last 13 games and 11 straight road games. They have struggled offensively on the road, scoring less than 65 points per game. They've also struggled at the charity stripe, making less than 70% of their free throws. They don't rebound the ball well on the road and won't get a lot of extra scoring chances against them. They've also been careless with the ball, which will lead to easy scoring opportunities for the Norse, who average more than 8 steals per game at home. The Norse are very good defensively, especially at home where they are holding opponents under 65 points per game, so expect them to keep IUPUI's offense in check. The Norse have won 5 of their last 8 games and 12 of their last 15 home games. They don't have a high-scoring offense, but they play better at home where they are averaging more than 69 points per game. They've taken advantage of their opportunities at the charity stripe, making over 83% of their free throws in their last 3 games. They are very aggressive on the offensive glass, which will give them more scoring opportunities. They also do a good job protecting the ball and won't give the Jaguars a lot of easy scoring opportunities. The Jaguars aren't very good defensively and they play worse on the road where they are giving up over 80 points per game, so expect them to have a hard time slowing down the Norse. Go with Northern Kentucky to cover the spread. Our team pick is Northern Kentucky Norse minus 17 points. Flynn Counter is leading IUPUI in scoring and assists with averages of 14.5 points and 3.4 assists per game, while Chris Houston is the leading rebounder with an average of 5.7 rebounds per game. IUPUI has 3 players averaging double figures in scoring and as a team is scoring an average of 64.2 points per game, while shooting 44.9% overall and 28.7% from three-point territory. Northern Kentucky looks to snap a 2-game losing streak with a victory on Sunday at home when hosting IUPUI. Northern Kentucky is 15-11 overall and 10-5 in Horizon League play following an 83-65 loss to Wright State. Northern Kentucky has lost 3 of its last 4 but prior to that won 4 straight and is third in the Horizon League, just 2 games behind first place Youngstown State. Mark Swarrick is leading Northern Kentucky in scoring with an average of 18.3 points per game, while Chris Brandon is the leading rebounder with an average of 9.8 rebounds per game and Xavier Rhodes is the leader in assists with an average of 3.7 assists per game. Northern Kentucky has 2 players averaging double figures in scoring and as a team is scoring an average of 67.2 points per game. Our total pick is under 126.5 points. Purdue-Fort Wayne Mastodons vs. Robert Morris Colonials. In Robert Morris' earlier win over Purdue-Fort Wayne, the difference was turnovers. The winning Colonials committed 9 while forcing 16. During this season the teams have been more even in this department. In fact, Purdue-Fort Wayne has averaged fewer turnovers per game, 13.1, than Robert Morris, 13.3. Recent trends seem to favor Robert Morris. Purdue-Fort Wayne is 0-5 against the spread in its last 5 home games. Robert Morris is 4-1 ATS in its last 5 Sunday games. Take Robert Morris plus 3.5 points. Purdue-Fort Wayne will try to push the pace which could lead to a higher score. The Mastodons averaged 68.8 possessions per 40 minutes, according to KenPom.com, which entering Saturday was 102nd nationally. Robert Morris was at 66.2 possessions per 40. The over is 4-0 in Purdue-Fort Wayne's last 4 games following a straight-up loss. The over is 9-3 in Robert Morris' last 12 Sunday games. These teams combined for 145 points their first meeting and are capable of duplicating this effort. Take over 137.5 points. Youngstown State vs. Cleveland State. Looking at the defense lately, there is a slight difference as Youngstown State is allowing 70.6 points in their last 5 games while Cleveland State is giving up 69.3 points in their previous 4 games. The ability to grab offensive rebounds is critical for success as the Vikings are 29th in the country with 10.7 offensive rebounds per game while the Penguins are 193rd in the sport with 8.3 offensive rebounds per game. The home team has covered in 5 of the last 7 games against one another, so go with the Cleveland State Vikings to cover the spread. Take Cleveland State plus 1.5 points. Both teams are scoring the ball well as of late with Youngstown State averaging 82 points in their previous 3 games while Cleveland State scoring 74 points in their last 5 games. Both programs have been pushing the pace incredibly well in the last 3 games with the Vikings averaging 71.8 possessions per game while the Penguins are averaging 76.1 possessions per game. The over has hit in 18 of the last 25 Penguins games as well as in 5 of the previous 6 Vikings games, so go with the over here.